Good afternoon, and of course, welcome to Rubbin Minds this Sunday, 10th day in the month of May. Glad to have you on board in the midst of everything happening. One thing is for sure, that if you're watching, which means you're alive, and if you're alive, there's hope, and if there's hope, well, we have everything to be thankful for. Thanks for joining us on Rubbin Minds today. Top of the news, I know you know that I know we are going to talk about that issue that is costing us literally 1 kobo, 1 naira, 100 naira, 150 naira, 200 naira, in some cases 300, 400 naira per litre. Talking about the fuel pandemic going on right now. No thanks to the scarcity of fuel and the constant battle between the federal government and the NARTO, that's the National Association of Road Transport Workers, and of course the petroleum tanker drivers as well. The issue of payments, balance due. But at the end of the day, like the adage says, when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. So we'll be talking about that today as well. Military rescuing more girls. Yes, the Chibok Girls, the Sambisa Forest. A lot of girls have been rescued, although the downside for some people is that literally, if not all of the girls rescued were pregnant, but girls are being rescued, which I think is one of the good things that we can take away. We'll be discussing about that also on Rubbin Minds today. Battle for Senate presidency heats up. Saraki and Kume mobilize. And of course, we do have the Fayose versus Maozu incident still ongoing, still brewing, still heating up. And of course, finally, on a lighter note, we'll be having in the studio an entertainer. You might have seen him MC at a wedding. You might have watched his very funny skits on Instagram. And of course, if you have a lady friend, the adage nowadays is not hello girlfriend or hello whatever her name is hello babe. So you'll be having Falls the Bad Guy also in the studio today. Joining me on Rubbin Minds today, we have two social commentators who are going to help me thrash, dissect, and find out some of the stories behind what is happening in the country today. We have Bola Dale Adekoya and of course Kazim Sulaiman joining me this afternoon on Rubbin Minds. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Great to have you on board. First question is, did you walk here? Did you drive here? How did you get here?
Yeah, first I came in through public transport. I think that was the best to move around in Lagos.
Is it the best? Apparently it's like the most expensive nowadays because everything has hiked up due to the scarcity.
I think it's okay if you still move around. To get fuel for some of us is something very hard. And well, we hope it passes away. Yes.
We do hope. And talking about public transportation, I think one of the other things that made the headline news is President Jonathan commissioning the Abuja rail and of course the bridges. This was I caught a bit of it on the news where he was in the train and basically going through the route. What's your take on that? A lot of things have been happening in the last few months. A lot of firing, a lot of changes, a lot of hiring, a lot of commissioning. Let's start off with that.
Well, I think it's a good thing. Like most people say, governance is continual. And from what the president has done, while he was in government, I think the major issue or the major mode of his campaign was actually based on the train and how it has been. How he has been able to revive the sector. And for him, for what we've seen from the Abuja rail construction, I think it's a good fit. Commissioning it, fine. Is it because he wants to pass a statement that he has done something or is laying the legacy? Maybe. However, I think it's a good fit that the incoming administration should be able to continue. I think he has done great on that.
Okay. Boladale, what about you?
Yeah, for me, well, first of all, it's a good one. It would be very unfair to always condemn every action of the incumbent administration. But Nigerians see it as an 11th hour, actions, like actions that are meant to have been taking place, long time ago before now. But nonetheless, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Let me come to the issue which is on the minds of everybody. I spoke to my father, for example, this morning. He lives in Akure, and he was basically telling me that fuel is going for about 200 naira per litre. That's for the filling stations that are even available. Yeah. And I think the incident is even worse in Lagos, where you have filling stations who blatantly will tell you to your face is 110 here, 150. If you buy with jerry can, they charge maybe 500, 1,000 naira on each jerry can. I know how much personally I've spent, not to talk of millions of Nigerians out there. What is the role of the petrol monitoring body that meant to actually just shut down these stations for doing what they are doing, exploiting Nigerians? But for some reason, they still seem to be open.
Well, on my part, I would like to say first of all that Nigerians have no business with buying petroleum or petrol if we actually have a constant electricity. Because we look at the major consumption of petroleum is because we don't have constant electricity. But however, since we're in this situation, I think the government should have. I know there's an issue of trust between the marketers and the present administration, that if they are unable to pay, they're going to pay fully what they are owing them. Maybe the next administration might not continue that process. So they feel they have to pay up. Like you said, when two elephants fight, we are the one at the receiving end. And the marketers also, on my part, I think they're not being considerate enough, because current government is even paying the demurrage on these products. It's also paying the differences in naira and dollar also. And I think they should give the government at least a bit of time to actually get enough resources. They just paid 150 billion just a week or so ago. I think they should give them time at least.
But the National Association of Road Transport Owners and, of course, the petroleum tanker drivers, they're insistent on getting literally every single kobo down that is being owed. Not to talk of the fact that some of these monies owed could have been paid earlier. Now there's interest on these monies. The money has become even much more. The federal government is borrowing money to make sure that the economy doesn't completely destabilize. So, I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, truth be told, it is sad that the government seems to be on hibernation towards the end of the incumbent administration. Because the truth is, the country needs a lot to be done, particularly towards the end of this administration. So when it comes to the issue of petroleum products and sales and scarcity, there's a lot to worry about. But I think the government needs to do a lot, particularly to ensure that PMS be going adequate circulation. Okay. So as the masses can actually get to have access to these and run their day-to-day activities with ease.
Well, I'm sorry to cut you. I know we'll talk more about this after the break. Let me just touch on another issue, the issue of Fayose Muazu. The battle is still ongoing. For those who do not have a clear idea, just a quick background and what's happening right now. You can't talk about politics without Ekiti coming in somehow. What's happening there?
I think the issue of, I think it's more of PDP, not really Fayose and Muazu. Recent, governor of the Niger State has also joined the league of people that want Muazu out of the system. They believe he has betrayed them. I think giving it to Fayose, he has been a very dogged fighter. He has what it takes to actually, for him, carve the new PDP out. It's just when the National Working Committee of the PDP are not being enthusiastic enough. They don't want the progress of the party. So the governors feel they have the capacity now to take over the party.
Boladale, what's your take, especially?
Well, for me, there was high tendencies that the PDP would have a huge crisis if eventually they lose leadership at the center. But we weren't expecting it this soon. That's just the truth. So as regards the fiasco between Fayose and Muazu, it was pretty much expected. But I wish that it was not actually thrown to the air, that shame was not actually thrown to the air, so to say, because...
A bit too late for that.
Yeah, it is. But because for me, I feel it's very, very inappropriate for the governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, and the leader and the chairman of the PDP, Alhaji Muazu, to actually go on Twitter and other social networks, so actually to pour out the disagreement. Or I don't know. I just feel it is very, very. Well,
isn't that somehow a reflection of what is happening internally? The fact that a lot of people have the opinion that the party is in serious trouble.
The PDP is really in serious trouble, and I think the moment we start shying away from the reality of that, I think the party is still going to be in more deep shit. To me, I don't really share most of the sentiment that the party ought not to blood in the public. I think they should, because if you actually want to reconstruct a house, you have to bring it down first. If you truly want to reconstruct, you have to bring it down first. And I think from what I've seen, APC, we can't let APC run a country that has no opposition. No strong opposition that is determined. So some
might even say that because of the existence of a PDP, and APC was able to get stronger and stronger over time.
So we need a strong opposition. So if it takes bringing down the PDP to build the new PDP, I think it's a welcome idea.
On the issue of the military rescuing of the girls, before we go on a quick break.
Well, to me, I think the Nigerian kudos should be given to the men and the women of the Nigerian armed forces. I think they've done tremendously well. I think they've surpassed the expectation of most Nigerians. Over 2,000 girls were kidnapped, and according to the according to reports, international reports, and I think they've been able to rescue almost 1,000 now. I think they've done pretty well within the last few months that we started the onslaught. I think it's commendable. Not just the Chibok Girls now, because it's just the fragment of people that are missing. So Chibok Girls, because they have international uproar. However, I think they've done well. We should commend them. It's a good development, and I think when the next administration gets there, we will be happy that it's getting the country in Nigeria that is not in control of any terrorist group, and he knows that his only duty is to ensure that they do not come up again.
Fine. Just a quick one, Bola Dale. If you're in the minds of the terrorists right now, if you happen to be in their camp, what do you think will be going through their minds with everything that is happening, the victories, the rescuing? What do you think will be going through their minds?
First of all, I must push the accolades to the Nigerian Army for the recent rescuing operation going on in Samisa and other hideouts of the terrorists, so to say. But truth be told, when the Duka actually beefs up more skills to find out or to locate people who are perpetrating crime in society, definitely the criminals also want to come up with different strategies to also outsmart the Lucas. But all the same, I think it's a good one. It's a good one that in recent time, I so to say, we're getting one rescue of a group of girls and women from the northeast that were in the terrorist abduction. But all the same, it's a good one that we at least have reports that some girls and some women have just been rescued from the terrorist camp. It's a good one.
Okay, thank you very much, Bola Dale. We'll be back after the break right here on Rubbin Minds. Going to delve more into the issue of fuel scarcity and touch on some other topics we've already mentioned here. And don't forget the entertainment segment. We'll still have Falz, the bad guy, coming up, talking about his hit sensation video, the Hello Bay. And of course, the fact that it's caught so much attention on airwaves, on social media as well. Joining us also will be, I think Kazim will be back after the break, and then we'll have another social commentator to talk more right here on Rubbin Minds. Stick around.